Alrighty then, here we go with another wonderful day. As I've stated before, trying to come up with good topics to talk about every morning, but I don't really have one this morning. I finally heard back from my editor, which I talked to you guys about that yesterday. Almost forgot to close my garage. That would have been bad. But yeah, finally heard back from my editor. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do about my birthday video. I make a birthday video every year, which requires me to make a song. And the song that I had my heart set on this time, dude wanted like $800 for it. I just am not right now in a good place to be doing that. I've got so much money going into so many other things that throwing $800 at something just does not seem feasible, especially when it's just some fun little thing for me to do, a fun little song for me to sing or whatever. I gotta go mail something, so I will be right back, and hopefully at some point in time while I'm doing all this, I will come up with a good topic to talk to you all about, but it has not come to me just yet. I feel like I was watching these Joel Haver movies, trying to get through the playlist. There's almost 200 of them, and I'm maybe at like 30 or so. So the first year that he did this, movies shot during the Oscars challenge, I was entry number like 35, and so I told myself I was going to watch at least up to my entrant number, and I did, but I think I actually got to like 67 or something that year. And the goal was to go down and interact with everybody's stuff and hope that it enticed people to interact with mine, and that would be cool. But I think the initial shock and awe of it has kind of worn off, and people aren't doing so much in terms of their interactions or interactivities anymore. His first year, he got, let's see, I think there was like 530 some odd videos, somewhere around there. And his second year, he got, I think, close to 300. This year's close to 200. So it's on a steady decline, but still, he's cranking out impressive numbers every year. And it's a good way to kind of give back to his community. And it starts this communal event with all these people who interact with each other's content and find other cool creators through this approach. But I don't know that it's going to continue to be as fruitful. I'm still going to go down the list of movies, and I'll interact with them until usually what happens, because I have the whole playlist pulled up, and every morning I'll try and watch one, and if they're just what I deem to be completely unwatchable, then I will just watch like the first 5 minutes of it, leave my comment, and move on to the next. But I run into a couple that are watchable and fun. And what I find happens more often than not is my power will go out or my internet will go out at some point in time, and I'll lose my playlists that I'm watching on, and that will be when I lose interest in watching whatever it is I'm watching. I was watching the Superhuman Samurai Squad for a good while, and that was my that's what I was doing every morning before work, because I try to start my mornings out with something from like my childhood that I can remember fondly, that that will what's the word I'm looking for? It will get my mindset in the right place for the day. And so Superhuman Samurai Squad was the thing I was watching for a good while. I had the playlist pulled up, and I was watching through the episodes, and at some point in time, my power went out, my web browser got closed, whatever happened to it, and then I had to, gosh, I can't think of my words anymore, but it just fell off, and I didn't really pay any attention to it until it had probably been a good couple weeks, and I was like, I haven't watched Superhuman Samurai Squad in a while, and I was like, whatever happened to that? And I was like, my playlist got closed apparently, and I just stopped watching it. But at any rate, I got some exciting stuff going on. Can't wait to start messing around more with Compression Man and starting to get him produced and out there. I had a friend over, and he and I were talking about like the consumability of material, if you will, and the idea that it is very easy to consume like a TV show or like something that is an audio-visual art form. It's a lot easier to consume that than it is to consume a book. A book is a commitment, and you have to like make time to read it. And I've been saying that for a while now. I was like, I think it's time that I marched bravely into an audio-visual medium, and do so in a way that's like quality but not stupid expensive. And I think that was the issue with Compression Man's original run, is I thought that it was I don't know that it was the price so much as like the turnaround time. Like, this dude was doing a minute a month, and a minute a month is not ideal, because like I said, even with 5-minute shorts, those are short animations, but it would take 5 months to put that on, and that means every year I'm only getting 2 animations out. And so it's like I could be at this for 20 years and only have 10 episodes done. That's frightening. Well, we've reconnected, and he seems to be doing faster than what he was doing. And so we'll see where that leads us. The next portion of this episode is due in April, and I'm hoping that we can roll right into the last minute of it when that one is done, and then I can work on editing that, putting it into whatever I need to put it into, and then getting that out there. And I think Compression Man would be a good thing for me to promote on my channel. The struggle that I have with it is the fact that I have so much other stuff on my channel that I'm worried that it'll be like too much noise. Like, you go to my channel and it's like, where's the Compression Man? And like I said, there will be a Compression Man playlist, and like, I like to have a channel that's got a variety of things on it. I want it to be a channel in the literal sense, but I also want it to be something that we can like find what we need because like a lot of people niche down and they really want their platforms to be like, this platform is all about X or this platform is all about Y, and why are we going so much slower all of a sudden? And oh, there's a deer. Is that why we were going slow? But the deer wasn't even on the road. But yeah, that was interesting. This person that I'm driving up to is going incredibly slow, and that's probably the source of the problem. At any rate, oops, did I humdinger? We were just cruising along. We came up on this guy who was going slower than slow, and he messed up the whole flow of traffic. Anywho, what was I trying to say? Or do, or both. Try, say, and do. Compression Man, like I said, I'm hoping that that will be my saving grace, and that I can start to get a good, solid following there, and people will gravitate to that and watch it and support it, and that can be my new course of action. And like, all we can do is try, and can't knock it till you try it, and I'm just hoping that that takes off. And I look at like these other animation companies, like the guys who did South Park, for example. They have built like their own like entity out of this small little cartoon that took off in the 90s and is now like, they're making a game. I've never been much into the South Park universe, but they have a 4-player co-op game, and I've just been so desperate to play a game lately that I'm kind of thinking about buying it. But it also had me like thinking about like their IP as a whole, and like all the things that South Park produces, that the plushies and the t-shirts and the video games and the movies, and then of course the animated series. And it's just interesting for me, because like, look at how that has grown. And it was an audio-visual media, and I think that I can do the same with Compression Man if I market it correctly. And so that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna hope that people will find it and enjoy it, gravitate towards it, and make good choices to watch it. And that's really all I can do, is have faith in the process and have faith in the product, and hope that those two things produce each other well enough that I don't have to concern myself so much with all the other stuff. And hopefully, inadvertently, my other adventures succeed through Compression Man. And so I might start the Compression Man Patreon after I upload this second episode, but it's going to seem really silly to support something that's only 2 episodes in. But at least I have it set up so that if people start to find it, that it'll be there, and that'll be really cool. And so yeah, we will see what the world has to offer, and I cannot wait to build something or do something or whatever. But I think, like I said, I think Compression Man will be a good thing for me to do and just commit to it. And it's hard. Hindsight 2020 kicks yourself in the butt all the time, because now that I'm like passionate about the project, I'm like, why did I stop? If I had kept going from 22, I could have been on episode, 22. I probably would have gotten through episode 2, and then probably started 3, and then in 23 I probably would have finished 3 and had done 4 and 5. So it's like I could be working on episode 6 right now, but hindsight kicks you in the butt, and you can't get all stuck up and messed up about that. So you just got to work with what you got and hope that at some point in time the world discovers Compression Man and the world likes Compression Man, and I can start kind of giving back. Joel Haver's videos, or his Patreon, is getting him like 10K a month. That is insane, guys. Like, that is awesome. And although I don't shoot for 10K a month, like, even to get like 2K a month would be pretty awesome. Like, I would at least want Compression Man to fund itself. If I get to a point, because like right now he's doing 400 a minute, and he's doing roughly 2 minutes a month, so that's 800 a month on Compression Man. And if I could reach a point where Compression Man were making like 1,000 a month, then I would do like a big give back program, and that would be something that I would choose a random patron and be like, okay, I'm going to animate a minute of your project this month, and so they'll submit something, I'll run it by the animator and then voice it, and it'll be a whole big thing. And just finding interesting creative ways to leverage the Patreon platform, because I feel like not a lot of people do that very well. Like, I am more than happy to pay for something and to more than happy to pay for something and to, where am I going with this? Like, to support the artist behind it. But the hard thing is when you're in a world where most everything is free, like YouTube is generally speaking a free pastime. And so when you start having to pay for this YouTube content, you start kind of scrutinizing it and being like, okay, like, if I'm paying for something that the whole world is getting for free, you're gonna have to be able to offer me something that the whole world's not getting. I watch not a decent amount. I watch only a handful anymore of these backyard wrestling companies. And one of them is doing match requests. And I was like, see, that's something that's like worth paying for, because if you have something that you just absolutely have to see, then you pay to see it, and that's a smart way to run it. I personally don't think that they are advertising their platform enough. Like, I feel like they could be successful. They've got thousands of followers, and they average about 1,000 views per release, and you could say that I think someone said it's normally like 6% of your viewing or of your followers will like support you in that regards. And so like 6% of 1,000 is what, 60? And so it's like you've got 60 people that could potentially be like dedicated fan members. You should really try and find a way to get them, how do I want to say this? You should really try and find a way to like get them engaged and make sure that they know, like, hey, if this is something you like or this is something you want, here you go. So, and that's what I'll probably do, is I'll probably start the Compression Man Patreon in May and just see where that goes, and just start cranking out Compression Mans. And I will have a Compression Man ad at the end, or maybe even in the middle of each episode. And that's the other thing that I think will be interesting, is like advertising for myself in Compression Man. Like, if Compression Man reaches a point where it's big enough to where it has a solid audience, then I'll just sponsor my own videos, and that'll be fun. So at any rate, yeah, you guys have a good day. I'm ready to have a good day. Let's make it a good one.